Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of an Undisputed tips video. And today I have a very special tips video for you guys because I'm going to be showing you guys how to utilize one of the most underused mechanics in the game of Undisputed, that being feints. Now, this kind of popped up in my head when I was on live stream the other day and I was facing, I believe, Sugar Ray Leonard, and I was thinking, hey, you know what, not a lot of the community utilizes feints. So I asked the people in my chat, why don't you guys think feints are utilized nearly as much as they should be in Undisputed? And the responses that I got were kind of mixed. I would say half of the responses were, hey, we don't even know what the inputs are for the feints. And then the second one was, we don't know when the right time to use feints is and how to utilize them correctly. So I wanted to make this video so that way if you guys aren't using feints, you guys can incorporate them into your own game and have a lot better of a time playing Undisputed and be able to set up a little bit of craftiness around your own gameplay. So before I show you guys how to utilize this in fights, I want to go over what the feint controls are, for those of you guys that don't know. So in order to do a feint in Undisputed right now, you're gonna hit left on the D-pad and then you're gonna input any strike, right? So this is gonna be a feint jab. That's what the feint hook looks like, the feint straight, and the feint rear hook. So left on the D-pad and any punch is what you're gonna want to input, and that's gonna give you that feint. Sorry, I switched stance right there, but I'm going to show you guys again. The feint jab, the feint straight, the feint lead hook, the feint rear hook. That's going to be your input. So for those of you guys that don't know or that didn't know that you could do this, that's how you do it. Left on the D-pad plus any punch button. Now that we kind of have gone over what the input for the feints are, how do you utilize them correctly in the game of Undisputed? Well, you want to use feints the same way that boxers in real life do. And guys like Caleb Plant, guys like Canelo, they use these feints very, very well to set up big punches. But they can not only be used to set up big punches, but they can also be used to break rhythm. So we're going to go over how to utilize both of those here right now. So the first one being how to break rhythm with feints. Now, this one is more of the obvious one. Especially with the current meta of the game, which is outside fighting, you can utilize feints to kind of just mix up your rhythm. Now, how you do this is, in the first round, you're going to come out, you're going to establish what I like to call rhythm striking between you and your opponent. And rhythm striking is basically, I'm going to throw a punch, my opponent is going to come back, and then so on and so forth. That's usually going to be the rhythm that you guys are going to find yourself in a lot of Undisputed fights. So once you feel comfortable with the rhythm that's been established on your end and you feel comfortable with what's coming back from your opponent, then you can start to use the feints to break the rhythm. And how you're going to do that is, if you're playing on the outside and you step in, instead of stepping in with a jab or a body jab like you see a lot of people doing, you're going to feint and just stay put. Now what this is going to cause your opponent to do is, they're thinking, hey, he's going to step in. So if they're going to throw a hook or they're going to try to time something out to catch you as you're entering in the pocket, it's going to cause them to whiff. And when you cause an opponent to whiff and you do something like just standing still out at range, it starts to make them second guess themselves. And that's really what feints from the outside, what you want to be using feints from the outside to do. You want to mask your stepping in timings, mask your rhythm. It's a very, very useful tool to help you not get caught when you're stepping into the pocket, especially with guys that have slow footwork speed like Canelo Alvarez. He's very, very heavy footed. If you guys watched his fight last night against William School, William was really just moving side to side to try to take advantage of Canelo's inability to have quick footwork speed. So the same thing here. If you're using somebody that has slower footwork speed, utilizing feints to kind of mask your timing and break up the rhythm of your striking timing can be very, very useful. So like I said, if you're on the outside, anytime you step in and you get in striking range, which is about right here, throw your feints out. Throw your feints out. Throw your body feint. You know what I'm saying? Throw your body feint to kind of just mask that. And that's going to allow you not only to mask your step in time, but it might even bait out a counter shot as well, which if you're using somebody like Canelo Alvarez can be very, very beneficial, because as we all know, he has very, very strong hooks right now in the game, and he'll have strong hooks till the end. But that's how you want to utilize feints to really break up your rhythm and start establishing a broken rhythm and keep your opponent on their toes. You feel what I'm saying? So the second reason and the second way you can incorporate feints into your game, and the way to use them, is going to be to set up shots. Now, like I said, in real life, guys like Canelo, guys like Terrence Crawford, guys like Caleb Plant, they will use shots, feint shots, to set up big counter opportunities. And Canelo, for an example, is very, very notorious for doing this. One of his most popular feint shots is he'll kind of throw that right hand out. He'll throw his right hand out, making his opponent think, hey, you know what? There might be a hook or a straight coming, and then he rips an uppercut up there and lands it, and it could be punishing. It really, really can be, because the opponent is focused on this right hand, when meanwhile the uppercut's just sneaking up in between their guard, and they're eating that punch heavy. And it could be the same thing. The same thing can be utilized in Undisputed as well. So let's say we have an opponent like Terrence Crawford standing still, right? We have him standing still, and we're throwing hooks all day, which, if you guys have played Undisputed, then you guys know a lot of people tend to do this. They tend to be very, very hook heavy. So if you're kind of going a little bit hook heavy, you'll feint out the hook, and most of the time you're going to see a reaction out of your opponent. They'll either pull back, they'll throw a hook of their own, and it'll help you get a read on that, right? It'll help you get a read. So maybe the next time you throw a feint hook, if they're pulling back, you fire off that body uppercut. Or if you feint a hook and they're starting to fire off hooks of their own, you pull back, you hit them with a clean power hook, and as you guys can see right there, you can actually get a pretty solid clean knockdown right there with somebody that has high power in Undisputed. So you can do things like that. Or, hold on, let me get up right here with Terrence Crawford, so that way we don't knock him out. Or you can do it to potentially set up something else as well, right? So let's say we're walking in close, we're closing the distance on a Terrence Crawford. We feint that lead hook, and he just stands there holding his block, right? Terrence Crawford's just going to stand there holding his block. We feint, we realize he's not going to do anything, and now that we've made that read, we come in, we feint again, but we go rear hook, lead body uppercut. Or we go lead body uppercut, rear hook, lead hook. You can start to set up combinations and heavy damaging shots off of feints. And what that is going to do is it's not only going to make your opponent kind of freeze up if they don't know, but it'll also open up those high damaging opportunities that we all love to land in Undisputed. So learning how to utilize feints to set up big time combinations and big time shots is very, very beneficial, because then after you land those, your opponent will never know. Sometimes you might set up a big combination, sometimes you might set up a single shot just to score points, but you have options. And that's really what you're trying to create for yourself when you're utilizing any kind of feints, is you're trying to utilize and set up opportunities for yourself to either get a damaging strike or to outpoint your opponent. So that's how you want to utilize feints in general, but you can utilize feints as well to set up really, really big shots and even work your opponent into high damaging shots as well. But that's it from me, my people. This is how I go about utilizing my feints. But now I want to hear your guys' opinion. Do you guys utilize feints? And if you do, how do you set them up in your own game? Please drop a comment in the comment section and let me know. As well as, do you guys think feints are a good mechanic to use, or do you guys think that feints really shouldn't be used because they get punished too heavy. Let me know in the comment section. I can't wait to hear your guys' opinions on these, and give me some feedback on everything that I touched on in this video. And if you guys have any questions, please ask me in the comment section as well. I'm going to be answering every single comment on this video. But that's it for me, my people. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to slap that subscribe button if you're new, as well as slap that like button, so that way this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm, and more people not only get to enjoy the great content that I have for you here on the channel, but they also become better players at Undisputed, so we eliminate all of these trashy ass spammers that are in the game right now. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from, and I will see you guys in the next video.